Hello, everyone. On behalf of PackPlus, I would like to welcome you all to the 8th edition of Packaging Live webinar. Today's webinar is a special edition with Uflex Limited as a technology partner. Thank you for taking out time and being here today. Topic of today's webinar is Advancements in CI Flexo Technologies, Extrusion Coating and Lamination Machine, the India Story. Now I'm pleased to introduce the moderator of our session today, Ms. Gauri Sampath. Gauri has been part of the packaging industry in senior global head positions for over 2 decades now. She has actively worked in the international market as country head for various regions, currently a packaging expert and taking care of packaging sourcing needs from India for various customers across the globe as business partners. Now, without a further delay, I would like to hand over the session to our moderator. Ms. Gauri, over to you.
Thank you, Reema. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. It's my proud privilege to be a part of this August gathering on behalf of Uflex Engineering with industry experts, packaging professionals, partners, colleagues, and friends to discuss and deliberate advancements in CI flexo technologies and extrusion coating and lamination machines in the Indian context. I would like to introduce today's renowned speakers on our panel, Mr. Ajay Tandon, Mr. Jikul Purohit, Mr. Abbas Kansal, Mr. Sanjay Sabarwal, Mr. Gyan Nespoli, and Mr. Uwe Fiderski. Now, a brief introduction on each panelist, please. To begin with, for Mr. Ajay Tandon. A visionary, a qualified engineer, and a thorough professional, Ajay, by virtue of his past association and multinationals like Philips and JVC Indian Ventures, brought a wave of vibrancy, enabling engineering business to venture into new products and territories with over 42 years of rich experience and expertise in manufacturing industry. Ajay has made significant contributions towards advancing the process. His strategy, leadership skills, and efforts have been instrumental in shaping and reforming current industry standards. We go on to Mr. Jikul Purohit. Mr. Jikul Purohit is a seasoned packaging professional having 16 years of experience leading various local and global packaging design and development relates. Unilever has worked across all three categories: food and refreshments, home care, personal care. He is electronics engineer with PG diploma in packaging from Indian Institute of Packaging. He is well known within packaging industry for his collaborative approach, nurturing leadership, creativity, and problem solving. He is awarded with prestigious World Star Awards and various Asia Star, India Star, and Pack Machine Awards. Currently, he leads packaging sustainability agenda for Unilever's Asia, working closely with packaging professionals and partners across South Asia, Southeast Asia, China, and Australia. Now a little on Mr. Abbas Kansal. Mr. Abbas Kansal is the Executive Director of Poisha Packaging, a leader converter manufacturing flexible packaging materials for the last 25 years. The company has a diversified portfolio of products serviced by multiple printing machines, extrusion coating, blown film lines, and pouching machines. He holds an MBA from INSEAD, France, and a BTech from IIT Kanpur. Before Poisha, he's worked at companies like BCG, Amsterdam, and Microsoft USA. Now, Mr. Sanjay Malik Sabarwal. Mr. Sanjay Sabarwal worked with reputed organizations like L&T, ISGEC, and DCM. A professionally qualified engineer, Sanjay has traveled widely and interacted with multicultural clients across sectors. His special fields of knowledge include sales and marketing, supply chain and management, and customer relationship management. He is heading a team of technically qualified professionals, driving companies' growth strategy in domestic and export markets with emphasis on globalization, innovation, and industry leadership. Mr. Gian Nespoli, an Italian technocrat with close to 5 decades of experience in the field of flexography, started his career as a designer forerunner of the flexography, founder, promoter of Flexo Technosia, and founder of commercial branch of Flexo Technosia, namely Comiflex. A technocrat who dedicated his life towards designing and manufacturing of flexography machines, hands-on experience of designing, manufacturing, and running of flexo machines for several industries, including wide web. Experience of life resulting with operator-friendly features, rich machines. Establishing CI Flexo production facility with Uflex in India. Now, Mr. Uwe Fidreske, a German engineer with vast experience in the field of extrusion, coating, and lamination, retired from world-renowned manufacturing company of such machines, hands-on experience of over 4 decades, strong credentials in the field of development, installation, sales, and services of extrusion, coating, and lamination equipments. Hundreds of successful installations around the world under the belt, associated for some more support and promotion of the equipments, hands-on experience not only on the machines, but different types of dies, screws, and extruders. Expertise in the field of screw design, capable of offering customized solutions. Now I would request Mr. Ajay Tandon to please give a welcome note.
Well, thank you, Gauri. Thank you for handing over to me. And hello, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome all the panelists who have been very nicely explained about. And I would like to really welcome and thank all of you for coming over to give your thoughts and attend this program. I also would like to thank all the participants who have logged in and who are joining this webinar being conducted by Reed Exhibitions, where Uflex is the technology partner for CI flexo machines and extrusion coating machines made by Uflex in Noida, near New Delhi, India. I'm very pleased to inform you that we have more than 1,220 registrations, 1,220 registrations done from across the globe, 51 countries, in fact, right from west to east, from United States to Australia. And we have many, many people who are participating from different countries. So welcome to all those who have already logged in, and welcome in advance to people who are likely to log in during the course of the webinar. Besides the discussions by the panelists on the subject matter, you will also have the opportunity to see live demonstration in 3 different locations for CI printing and extrusion coating machines made by Uflex. We will have our engineers on the site who will be explaining the key features and the functionalities of these machines, how we have advanced over a period of time in the technology and improvement in the machines which are made in India with European technologies. At the end, of course, there'll be question and answer session. People can log in through the chat mode, and some of the key questions will be picked up by the moderator, Gauri, and the rest of the questions, I'm sure, can be addressed by our team subsequently. So welcome once again, everybody. And I sincerely hope that the 75 minutes of journey you will enjoy on these 2 machines, though I'm sure people have knowledge about these machines, but you will come to know more and more how India is progressing on this. Thank you once again, and back to Gauri. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we set the webinar open for discussions with our panel speakers. I would like to start with some questions on behalf of the team. First will be to Mr. Jikul Purohit, please. Hello. Has the pandemic affected the packaging, and in what ways?
First of all, thank you, Pack Plus and Uflex for organizing such a nice seminar. And I think all of us, personally and professionally are impacted by pandemic in some or the other ways. Definitely, the packaging also has got kind of, touched by this pandemic. And I just would like to, take rather, a positive side of it. And I would like to tell 5 or 6 points where actually, packaging is positively impacted. So a lot of rise of a new products which has, suddenly started happening. So hygiene and hygiene understanding, has started becoming much more important. We are seeing new products, which were probably not there, like, veggie wash, sanitizers, hand wash, wipes, and also masks are now, packed inside a beautiful flexible packaging nowadays. Yeah. And probably, I think refill pack and pouches are at a peak of a demand, and the industry is kind of, day in and day out struggling to, service some of this rise in the demand. Second thing is that consumer is becoming more and more aware and demanding about, sustainability and a minimalize kind of an approach, and that's where I think sustainability is becoming much more relevant in this pandemic time. Third thing is the channel in which, earlier we used to sell some of our products are changing, and e-commerce is on the rise. And one of the phenomenon which is slightly different, which is earlier, packaging was not part of the 6P of marketing. Then packaging actually got included in 6P of marketing, and then came the, packaging in modern trade kind of a scenario. It became first moment of truth, and then everybody, wanted a very beautiful packaging, and that was the first interaction with actual product, and that's where, it was relevant. But now the role is slightly changing, and it is actually going to zeroth moment of truth, because people are first interacting on digital screen with packaging, and e-commerce is growing. So that's where it's not only that physical packaging should look good and it should be better, and it should be easy for consumer, but also it should be e-com friendly, and it should reach consumer in a state, which it is desired to reach. The next one is, I think, in the lockdown there were a lot of challenges, and today also in manufacturing, in production, maintaining social distance, operating factories with kind of, minimum a number of people. And that's where at our end, at a user's end, as well as at a converter's end, I think there is a need, for having a lean manufacturing, and something, which can very easily be done. So, long lines, or where, you need so many operators to do changeovers, and things probably, are things of a past, and newer machines and newer technology will have to be, much more flexible and adaptable. Speed, agility, and flexibility is something which is the new mantra. Everybody needs things on a fingertip. And last one is that, there is a continuous pressure on cost because of the economic challenges. I think a pressure on material and pressure on cost is kind of, going to be there in the market. So I think these are, a top 6 things how, packaging industry or packaging is getting impacted by pandemic.
Thank you very much for that. I have another question for you. I understand that HUL is using both flexographic and rotogravure processes for reproduction of their packaging. What are your impressions about the two, and what do you see as your focus for the future?
So thanks for this question. And in fact, my first interaction on CI Flexo was, almost like 16 years back, when I had visited a company called as Rolla Tainer, and they had the CI Flexo line, and then none of the other converters or players had a CI Flexo in the country. Now we operate in many other countries, and Flexo is equal part, but somewhere in India, I think rotogravure is something which is preferred. Now again, India is flexible dominated market currently with rotogravure. The brand owners are predominantly looking for options which are sustainable, which are flexible to manage different kind of a volume, and also faster speed to market. But there is no compromise on brand graphics and reproduction development through last decade in CI Flexo. It is providing brand owners with this option. Now, why CI Flexo, or why Flexo is more and more becoming relevant? The first and foremost thing is, I think, single solvent system, which makes ink human friendly. And I think all of us know about latest FSSAI guideline about ink and things which are coming in food contact and how it needs to be there too. The second is high pigmented ink will actually control the ink anchorage. Third one is sustainability is becoming relevant, and in Flexo running a newer generation material like PE or LDPE and things, it has an advantage. So I think thinner material or a monomaterial kind of a substrate can very well run on a CI Flexo line. The faster turnaround time from plate to printing is something which is going to be of a key advantage, and end-to-end sustainability, because a lot of converter as well as users have actually given their commitment towards sustainability. And I think all of us know that in Flexo, throughout the value chain, uh, there is a lot of advantage compared to conventional rotogravier. So I think these are kind of few advantage which Flexo brings. There are a few challenges as well, like graphic reproduction, and typically Indian designs are having more skin tones, rays, splashes, and with kind of 100 LPI of Flexo versus that of Gravier, which is 175 plus. There is a little bit of a challenge. Also, many of our artworks does not have a plate joint right now, and in Flexo, there is a plate joint. There is Anilox technology which is there, and it is solving a problem to an extent, but that is another challenge which is there. And last one, I think, which certainly things are changing or a scenario is changing, but limited available capacity across the country for Flexo is kind of one more challenge. And I'm sure, I think we have a lot of expert, and the UFlex team will take us through a lot of advancement which has actually happened in CI Flexo. And I believe that in a next decade to come, Flexo will also have its place, and it will coexist along with Rotogravier. Yeah. So thank you so much, Gauri.
Yeah, thanks for that. Actually, the last question you've almost answered. I was just wondering if you still want to just add on anything here. The question was, how do you view graphics on the packaging on your products? What drives their choice? Do you have a preference for how they are printed and preserved? I think you've answered most of it. Would you like to add on anything more on this?
Yeah, I think so. I just probably would like to give an example that over a period of time, designs are also getting simplified. And people are going for an alternatives wherein minimalistic approach is taken. And I think we use Flexo for some of our laundry design. So some of our wheel pack. And when we transitioned, from Gravier to Flexo, there was a challenge. But looking at overall advantage, we decided to kind of simplify the design, and that's where we went ahead with it. Tatra Salt is another a great example wherein it's a fully recyclable pack with a very very minimalistic graphics which is there on top, and consumers are liking it. So I think going forward, I think designs are becoming minimalistic. At the same time, Flexo and other technologies are also growing, and reproduction is becoming better and better day by day. So I'm sure there will be a midpoint wherein things will start looking much better. And I think compared to what it was 5 years back, the Flexo technology today and also the pre-press advancement is already making it come in the forefront. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you very much for your valuable inputs. I would like to move on to Mr. Abbas Kansal, please. My first question is, packaging is an important part of the business. What are the current trends in plastic flexible packaging in your company and in the industry in general?
Thank you, Gauri. I would also like to thank UFlex and Pactus for giving me an opportunity to talk to you. This is an interesting question, and what I will, flexible packaging industry has evolved at a very fast pace in the last 2 decades or so. In general, I noticed 3 major trends in the industry. Firstly, I see that a lot of new innovative startups and brands are coming up, especially in the food sector. Especially as the e-commerce and modern trades are increasing, a lot of new people are coming up with new innovative startups. They demand specialty packaging. For example, Hector Beverages, they popularized spout pouches when they came up with paperboard, and they completely revolutionized the industry as such. Secondly, I'm also noticing is that these startups, they demand shorter runs because they are coming up with new items. They have a lot of different varieties. And so we need to be prepared to print shorter runs. Secondly, I see that there is a lot of competition amongst brands to catch consumers' attraction. The consumer is getting very busy. They don't have time on themselves, and the brand owners need to have attractive packaging so that customers can easily uh, get attracted to their pouches. So new, attractive and convenient packaging is the norm. That's the second thing. And third thing is that the brand owners are obviously becoming much more conscious about sustainability, and hence they are looking for monolayer structures, and a lot of research is happening in that area. So I believe that's going to obviously keep on increasing as well in the future.
Okay, thanks for that. Also, in continuation, what trends do you perceive going forward? In what direction are customer preferences going? How does the company plan to respond to them? I mean, the first part's already answered. I think you just need to answer on the last one. Thanks.
So, I mean, as I said, the major thing that I feel is that in the future, sustainability is going to be the most important trend in the next few years. That's where all the research is happening at this point of time. We are already working with our customers to develop various sustainable structures, monolayer structures, and we are being helped by a lot by research that is happening in all the domains. It's just not us that are doing the research. We are being supported with machine manufacturers, raw material suppliers who are coming up with new kind of films, and processes are obviously going to be improved by us. And the work is not yet complete. I mean, we are working on BOPE films, and they are still very early in their age, and I'm hoping that we're going to see much more of it. MDOP is obviously more mature now, but we are yet to understand how customers are going to accept, how brand owners are going to accept, but that's a trend that I am feeling confident about. At our end, we have been trying to work with monolayer structures. The CPP structure is the most simple one at the moment. It's relatively easy for us to roll out. The brand owners are also comfortable working with them. However, we are also working on poly structures, and there is some research in polyester structures as well, but it's too early to say how it's going to pan out. I feel that, I mean, since we are also talking about CI Flexo here, I feel that demand for CI Flexo is obviously going to increase, especially as we develop these monolayer structures. In order to be able to print on thin PE films, we need stable CI Flexo machines that allow us to do that easy. So that's how we are planning to respond to these new changes.
Sure, thanks. And how do you see the impact of flexible packaging forward in world still learning its lessons from COVID-19?
Mhm. Yeah. So, I mean, COVID-19 has obviously impacted everyone in the industry, in the whole industry, not even packaging, everybody. Nobody has been left unaffected. I think one of the major learnings for us has been that we cannot depend upon only one vendor for our supplies. So we have diversified our vendor base to make it more shock-proof. That is one thing that we have done. Second thing that we have done is that the good thing, in fact, I mean, if I look at the positive side of this COVID-19, we have been able to improve our efficiency during the lockdown because we had to come up with new processes to work with fewer employees due to social distancing. So that's a positive thing. And the other good thing for us has been that demand for packaged food items has increased manifold during this lockdown. People have become more wary of using loose packaging and the food material, and hence the demand has increased many folds for packaged food. So that's a positive trend for our industry.
Okay. And what is your company's commitment to sustainability with reference to packaging? What steps are you taking, and how does plastic flexible packaging stand in this scenario?
I think the great thing about flexible packaging is that it already consumes less than around 70 to 80% less plastic than rigid packaging. So in a way, we are already sustainable. The little drawback that we have is that the multi-layer packaging that we manufacture is not easily recyclable. So I mean, it can be recycled, but the recycled material is not up to the same quality. So what we are doing is that we are working with the brand owners, trying to develop monolayer structures, BOPP, CPP, as I said, or poly structures that are going to be easily recyclable. We are also working with our brand owners to reduce the consumption of plastic, making plastic, the packaging little more thin gauging them. That can help in reducing the wastage that we are generating every day. So these are the two areas where I think the most focus, we are doing the most focus on in improving the sustainability.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your inputs.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'd like to come to Mr. Uwe Fidaske. Hello. Now, I have a question for you, sir. With your vast experience in extrusion coating and lamination, what continue to be the issues on which more work is needed in terms of improving the process in general?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, the question of how saving material and costs, I think is one of the most important things. So labor cost goes up, energy cost going up, material cost going up, and in some way you even have to reduce the cost for your production. And one of the most important equipment for this issue is for me a gravimetric. So in my career in the last year, I see a lot of extrusion coating line just running. So the customer control the thickness on the finished material. Oh, and say, I have 1 gram or 2 gram too much. So, okay, this costs what have to be paid by the supplier. So, and the gravimetric can really manage the output of an extruder screw in a way that you exactly know how much polymers you get on your products. Even gravimetric can control the thickness, the middle thickness of a thickness gauge. So but also control the automatic die. So and I find a lot of machines that doesn't have gravimetric. And I always say gravimetric is a money printing machine because the payback of gravimetric is normally 6 to 8 months and you get your cost back. So even what's very important is the splices on unwinder and rewinder. In this case, you have to install a PLC what really can control exactly the splice point so that the rest material of the core, it's very, very low. Overlapping from the splice is very low. That even saves a lot of material costs. So in the next stage even is automatic dies. Automatic dies control the thickness, and an accurate thickness profile is even responsible to have a very good quality. And on another way, with an Intel Decklink system, you can save a lot of overcoating so that you not waste material. And in different kinds of applications, like aseptic, it's a possibility to put the overcoating back to the middle extruder and use the overcoating again to let's say to some sandwich layer. Somehow my picture's going away. Somebody see me, hear me? Just a moment. Okay, I shall continue. So there's a lot of things what I can see, even what can installed on older extrusion coating line, like a retrofit or an upgrade or something like this. And I'm missing very in the last year a lot of effort to upgrade even older machines with this equipment, what is very easy to do. So that's a roughly thing about automatization of even existing extrusion coating lines. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Also, coating die is an important part of extrusion. What would you say about the same?
Yes, it's one of the most important because the dies handle the accuracy of the extrusion coating, and even with a very good profile like with from an automatic die, so the quality of your product is very good. So die is one of the most important equipment. I would say die and screws are the most important thing on the extrusion coating line. Yeah,
All
I'll make
right.
it shortly.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for those inputs again. Now, actually, we had some questions for Mr. Nespoli. Unfortunately, he's not been able to join us in. May I please request Mr. Sabarwal to address the same?
I am here.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so the first question is, how did you decide to join hands with Comiflex Italy for this venture?
Being pioneers in the field of machine manufacturing in India, there was a discussions going on over here in house that what is the right timing for manufacturing CI Flexo. I said right timing because it was never questionable that whether we have to make it or not. Only question being deliberated was when. So few years back, when finally call was taken that yes, this is the time because of various reasons that we should go about it, we were looking around the globe for a suitable partner. In our quest, we met almost all major manufacturers, and our yardstick was very simple. We wanted the product to be in line with the best in the world in terms of technical features, but still, while making, it should be in line with the ease of operations which Indian operators are used to, and costing wise also, since till date most of the CI flexos were coming from the western part of the Europe, it should have a substantial gain, because to make any process popular, until and unless capital cost is also in check in line with the per print cost, the success rate is going to be very limited. So while trying to address this, we came across Comiflex being owned by Mr. Gianfranco Nespoli, who is a technocrat having more than about 4.5 decades of experience. Started his career with a Carraro in a design and then being a founder member of Flexotechnica. Went through the features of the machine in depth along with various stalwarts of the industry. And when once finally approval was received, we decided to start making it in India, wherein complete not only technology transfer, but physical presence of the Italian manufacturer was made available. This is how our search zeroed down on Comiflex, and we tied up with Mr. Nespoli.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Just one more question here. How machine builders like you can help the international concern and drive for sustainable production?
Well, most of it has already been answered by Jikul, but once again, I will like to chip in and say productivity at the optimum pricing is the key word for success. This could only be achieved riding on features and the technology, like optimizing the time of job changeover, type of single family solvents, its consumption, minimal use of inking, and not only inking, the washing also later on, faster and proper registration so as to have a minimal carbon footprint again, are the key factors which help converters not only toward productivity but laughing the last laugh towards their banks. Important, but keep them living.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to thank all the expert panelists very much again for their valuable inputs. And I would now like to hand over to Mr. Sanjay Sabharwal again to take you through 3 live demos of the machines, please. Over to you, Mr. Sabharwal, please.
Thank you, Gauri. And for the information of the August gathering, first, I'll take you to a plant at Jammu where we will be showing first the features of the machine, CI Flexo, and thereafter the running machine. May I request Jammu team to chip in, and over to Ajay based at Jammu. May I ask the team to connect to Jammu, please? Gauri, it appears that they are taking little time in joining over.
Exactly.
But in the,
So in the meantime, what would you recommend?
What I'll recommend is that principally at Jammu, what we have thought of is first to show them the machine, right from unwinder to rewinder, covering various aspects and how it makes it not only sustainable, but how it brings profits to the converters around the globe. Thereafter, after sharing the major features, how it is different from the normal CI machines available in the market. Once that is clearly understood, then we will ask the operator to run the machine at an optimum speed, whatever in the existing circumstances can be done. And not only that, then thereafter, before completing the demo, we will like to show the live changeover of the sleeves. Principally, the aspects of the CI running are how fast we can change from job to job, how fast we can change from substrate to substrate, and how the continuity, or in other words, uptime of the machine is maintained. There are various features riding on which the uptime can be increased. Like, first thing is that when you go for a job changeover, how fast the sleeves can be changed. In our machine, we have automated the process of sleeve changeover, wherein we can give a command of all the sleeves to pop out automatically once the prefixed length has been printed, or prefixed kilograms of the printing has been done, or even we can advise the machine to pop out only a fixed number of sleeve. Like, for example, who can understand better than you? Say we are running one particular type of a product, and only thing to be changed is, like, say in a chips, you want the flavor to be changed, only one sleeve needs to be changed. So the operator can give a command that sleeve number 6 only pops out. So that can be done. Or it can give a command for all sequential sleeves to come out also. Having said so, how it is done? When the command is given, in most of the CI Flexo printing machines, on the operating side, operator has to manually unlock, move the holder assembly, and then push it back on a hinge. This heavy part takes its own time for pushing back, and then the command is given for the sleeve to pop out. It's not only time consuming, but a physical exercise also. To get rid of this, we open the operating side of the sleeves, both printing as well as analogs with pneumatic operation. And then the whole slide moves back. And how it moves back? This is controlled through 2 motors, which are directly connected with a ball screw, which pulls it back. And thereafter, sleeve pops out. This helps in a total labor-free operation and controls on the time also. this is one of the unique features which brings this machine in line with the best possible in the world and rubs the shoulder with the peers. In addition, the second feature to expedite the job changeover is auto washing. The machine is equipped for washing all the analogs and plates while in C2. When the operation is over, the command for auto washing can be given. Again, sequentially or all together, the solvents are pumped out with churn in the chambers and with the pressure mixed with the pneumatic air, using hardly 1/10 of the solvent compared to the other machines. They clean the analoxes. Here, the simple single component cleaning system helps a lot. Here, I will like to ask my counterpart at chemicals, Mr. Rajesh, to explain about little bit of inking. Rajesh, can you explain what is the family of inks being used and how it helps in sustainability?
Yeah, very good afternoon, everyone, all the participants. Good to see a lot of global participants around. And thanks to Gauri, Mr. Tandon, and Sanjay Sabharwal-ji. See, I represent a chemical division of UFlex. They're primarily responsible for manufacturing of inks and adhesives and coatings. Over the years, we have been experienced that, yes, the demand for the Flexo are growing in India. And that's a very good sign, actually, because we are the late starter, particularly in the Indian context, where the global, like the continent by the US and Europe, they are more dominant with the Flexo. And I think that's we are in the right time, and the right opportunities are also being in India. How do I see that in the ink perspective? Because India is packaging is a bit complex, the sort of things, as Dipul also said that, because the variety of colors, the sharper graphics, and smaller jobs, number of SKUs are being increasing. As soon as there is the complexities are being there at the converter's end, and managing the smaller jobs with the greater printing, it's a big uphill task. And that's the reason I see that the Flexo is, apart from the getting the thinner substrates, but apart from getting the different kind of SKUs. Initially, I think that years back, there was a quite challenges in getting a good inks in India. And particularly when it comes to the CI Flexo, it requires a lot of skills and competencies and requires a lot of pre-press knowledge also. I'm sure, and I'm truly convinced that today in India, that kind of the knowledge gap is not there. The people are ready, consumables are ready. And when I'm talking of the consumables, that is a plate, analoxes, variety of analoxes, and inks. As a chemicals manufacturing of inks, you know that primarily the inks are NCPU-based systems are being there. And as you look at any packagings, it has three phases of sustainability. Either you reduce, reuse, or recycle. As an ink manufacturer, what I can do, what is in my hand, I cannot do anything on the recycle part. I cannot also do something reduce. But as somebody said that, okay, we can reduce the packaging. So we are
sorry to intervene. Appears Team Jammu is there.
Sure.
Can we take them online and then we keep on discussing with you once we are through?
Absolutely, absolutely. Please. I'm keeping on my mute now.
Please, thank you very much. Ajay, over to you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sanjay. Hello, everyone. Good day to you all. This is Ajay Best, along with my teammate Ashu and Kamal, live from Jammu, India. We are here to showcase one of our best in line model of CI Flexo machine, UFlexo 1508, 400 meters per minute. Without taking much of your time, let me straight away take you to the control desk, where our team is waiting to start the whole process. By the time team prepares for the process, let me just give you a brief about the salient feature of this machine. This machine consists of automatic turret unwind and rewind with applying slice facility, edge guide mechanism at unwind and rewind, corona heater for low-treated films, web inspection system for auto register and auto pressure setting, LEL control system, a remote diagnostic feature, an inking and washing system with viscosity control, a fume extraction mechanism, automatic temperature control using thermic fluid as a heating medium, and the best of all, the main USP of this machine, an easy to use sleeve extraction mechanism for job changeover process. May I now request Kamal to please give a brief to our viewers about the unwind and rewind.
Thank you so much, Ajay. Starting from the initial aspect of web handling, that is unwinder. UFlex has an expertise of making different type of unwinder according to customer requirement. It can be customized into shafted, shaftless or turret based. More than 3 decades of experience in manufacturing and operation of the same helps us mastering in the real changeover for continuous production. Adding to above, UFlex offers fully automatic splice technology within a single assembly, which can be used for top or bottom splice. The USP of UFlex unwinder is capable of handling various substrates such as polyester, BOP, or even stretchable LDP. In addition, I would like to bring kind attention to rewind assembly also. Similar to unwind, it consists of same specifications and same features.
Adding on to what Kamal had just said, an important aspect of any printing machine to number of sections, and each section is controlled using either dancer or load cell. With the state-of-the-art technology, best-in-class automation and drive system from Bosch Rexroth, Germany, and lightweight, highly dynamically balanced rollers ensures for a perfect tension throughout the film run. A directly mounted servo motor driven in feed and edge guide mechanism at unwind ensures for a perfect entry of the film to the CI drum area. May I now request Ashu to please give brief to our Russian-speaking friends.
Well done.
Уважаемые клиенты, добрый день и добро пожаловать на UFlex вебинар на CI-Flex машина модель ELISA 1508. Вот я стою рядом с размотки. UFlex вам дает выбор иметь разных видов размотки. Размотки с валом, без вала или с турет non-stop система. Особенно в этой машине мы здесь представляли размотка с non-stop турет система и с авторезки. Это очень просто, здесь режет самые тяжелые материалы, допустим, как BOPP или полиэтилен, режет на высокой скорости. Как современные машины, эта машина тоже имеет очень новые функции. Вискоз, есть здесь автомойка, печатные секции и ракельные ножи, насосы, трубы. Еще здесь есть система автоциркуляции чернила. Это все функции можно контролировать. Вот главный часть этого машина, который называется сердце машина. Вот флексопечатная секция. Флексопечатная секция, здесь находится центральный барабан, который имеет ширина 1700 мм, и по поверхности его есть открытие делено хромом, который делает его жизнь долго. Здесь вам видно, клиенты, здесь есть 8 секций печати. Каждая станция печати, у них есть 7 сервомоторы. Это показывает, вот эта машина имеет очень высокий уровень автоматизации, который очень главный, чтобы иметь современная машина. Да? Вот в этой секции мы еще давали очень главная функция, это автосмена сливы. Вам нужно всего 2 минуты, и вы можете обменять все сливы. Это мы будем вам показывать попозже. С этого пункта я хочу вам благодарить за ваше внимание. Over to you, Ajay.
Thank you, Ashu. Moving on, we would like to give our viewers a glimpse of our CI section area first. Then later on, we will show our viewers the machine in running condition. And at the last, we'll show our viewers the USP of this machine, the job changeover part. The CI section of any CI flexo printing machine basically consists of 4 major parts: the CI drum, printing deck mechanism, chamber doctor blade, and inking and washing system. Experts in the CI Flexo knows that the printing quality on any CI Flexo printing machine can only be as good as how good we have made the CI drum or printing deck mechanism. We in UFlex have ensured that there is no compromise in these 2 points. With our 3 decades of experience in the field of machine manufacturing using Italian technology, we have ensured that the drum used in any of our CI flexo printing machine is made and manufactured with an accuracy of 5 micron in either an auto taper. A directly mounted servo motor driven printing deck mechanism ensures for a precise and smooth movement during the sleeve extraction process or during the printing process for pressure setting. I would now request Kamal to please give us a brief about the chamber doctor blade and inking and washing system.
Well, chamber doctor blade is an essential part of flexo printing. New chamber technology will propel the printing industry into the next level of quality and saving. The specialization of UFlex chamber doctor blade is the perfect design of 90 degrees, which helps to change the blade. The geometry of internal cavity of this chamber blade will reduce the inking and washing solution. Simultaneously, I would like to debrief on inking and washing system. As you can see that this is the assembly of inking and washing system. The solvent used in each cycle per station is 3 liters, which is very least in consumption. As you can see that automatic viscosity controller. Each station has its own viscosity controller. Now this is the 4 station viscosity controller. 4 is behind the machine.
Thank you, Kamal. Now moving on to the last stage, I would now request the production team to please start the machine. For our viewers' reference, we have taken a 6-color job with a 60 micron PE film. I would now request production to please stop the machine. As you can see, we have taken the machine to the fullest speed. Now I would request the production team to please show our viewers the last and the main USP of this machine, the job changeover part.
Ajay, can you run it for 1 or 2 more minutes? Ajay, continue running, please, if you can hear me.
Okay. Now, as per the request, I would now like to start the machine again.
All right. If possible, can you show the register screen, please?
Okay. Can I request the cameraman to focus on the screen, please? Now we are increasing the speed again.
Yeah, Ajay, focus on this screen and show how it moves high in the speed, please.
Okay, now we are increasing the speed. It is moving towards the 361 MPM now.
Focus on 350. I can't see that. Yes, good. 361. All right. Parallelly see the register screen also.
Okay.
Wow, wonderful. So fast you have been able to match all the colors. Once again, repeat for the August gathering. What is the substrate? How many colors you are running? What is the repeat?
Right now we are running a 6-color job on a 16 micron PE film.
Rewind or on the stroboscope so that they can see the printing side also. Can you hear me, please? Is it possible?
Okay, I can hear now. I will take you to the strobe light, the web inspection system.
All right. Can you show the rewinding side so that people can? Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
I will take you to the rewind side.
Great experience. Take Italian installation of Conferzioni plaques online. By the time they chip in, you continue explaining that from the screen, or maybe even you can stop the machine and show the sleeve ejection system.
I now request the production to please stop the machine. Now you can see, even when the machine is stopping, the print is as it is. Now moving on to the last stage, I would now request the production team to please show us the job changeover process. Once the machine is stopped, operator comes to this area. He first opens the safety door, and using this touch panel, he can choose the sleeve ejection process. Once he selects a sleeve extraction process, after that, he will choose which group to be opened, either analogs or plate. We are choosing plate right now. Once it is done, you can see that all decks are moving into the sleeve extraction position.
Wonderful. Gentlemen, you can see that there has been no manual intervention. All operating side blocks have opened themselves. The decks have moved into position. Now the sleeves are there for your perusal. As soon as he gives a command, sleeve will pop out.
Exactly, Mr. Sanjay. And here, operator has a choice. He can take out all the sleeves together or each one by one. For the time being, now I will request the operator to take out one of the sleeve and reinsert it again. As you can see, he has taken out the sleeve. Similar to that, he can take it out and the same sleeve back again. May I now request him to please put this back again?
Thank you, Ajay. Put it back and run the machine again.
Once he does that, Now he has to just lock the mechanism. Now you can see the whole assembly is going back to its original position and it's locked now.
It's a wonderful experience having a preview of the machine, Indian machine, running at shoulders with the best in the world. Thank you, Ajay, for your journey. Do you have some closing statement or do I move to Italy?
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay. And I would like to thank here to our team members and all our teams backstage. And over to you, Mr. Sanjay now.
Thank you, Ajay and your team for wonderfully explaining. May I request Mr. Leonelli Massimo from Conferzioni Plaques, Italy, to show the machine for the information of the August gathering and the people around. This is now we are taking you to Italy, where we already have a machine installed. So Mr. Massimo, the owner, has been very kind to agree to show the machine.
Hello from Italy, and good afternoon. So we will show our Uflex machine now. So I will. So this is our machine. We ended one work right now, and this is the machine. So we have finished the work, and now we have to change from work from one work to another one. So this is the wind, and so do you want to see the machine while it is working?
We will be pleased if you can run the machine. Good.
Yes, we can.
Please.
Okay, so we will start right now.
And what an experience. Indian machine going back to Italy and running there with the help of our Mr. Nespoli, who is there online now.
Okay, just 1 minute. C'è Nanni che sta chiamando, ma so we are doing che colori sono? Quanti colori? So this is an 8 color. So the 8 colors right now.
Excellent. 8 color job running.
No, adesso ho aumentato, vediamo se sta venuto. Vado alla macchina, poi qua il video. Vado così, beccalo dietro, stiamo dietro. Vado il video, quindi cosa voglio che facciamo. Poi vai in velocità.
Register control. Very good.
Guarda il video a 300 metri.
We are running at 300 speed.
Wow.
Vado la macchina dopo che viaggia, vado qua.
Thank you, Mr. Massimo, for taking us through your experience We request
Digli che noi abbiamo questa
birds.
velocità.
We usually work at this speed, but we can go even faster. So we are using, we have been using this machine for 1 year, and we are pretty satisfied about it.
Oh, thank you for your comments. Thank you, Mr. Massimo. I will try to next experimentation at Gwalior, where we will show you running extrusion coating lamination. May I request the team Gwalior to be ready? Gwalior, can you hear us? Mr. Massimo, thank you very much. We are really, really pleased to have you over here on board and sharing your valuable experience with the world. Over to Team Gwalior. Jaideep, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Gentlemen, once again, I'd like to just give you a brief. Now we are at Gwalior. While thanking Mr. Massimo for sharing their experience, the team there is headed by Mr. Jaideep, Yogesh, and Mamta. They are going to take you through to the extrusion coating lamination. Over to you, Jaideep.
As we step into 2021, we know for sure the technological landscape often changes very rapidly. Many things which were considered the most popular among people a few years back might be facing extinction today. This is not due to natural or human influence, but rather advancement and innovation in cutting-edge parallel and alternative technology. In some sense, one technology supersedes another. Good evening to one and all. This is Jaideep Singh along with Mr. Yogesh and Ms. Mamta live from Gwalior, and we feel immense pleasure to show you all our cutting-edge technology, our workhorse machine, extrusion coating and lamination machine. On that note, I would request Mr. Manish to show the viewers the glimpse of our machine, which is designed for the high speed of 400 mpm. Manish, please. Now, Mr. Yogesh will explain you about Unwind. Yogesh, please.
Thank you, Jaideep. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. This is Yogesh Srivastava. It is a time to show you our best model of the extrusion coating machine. This is extrusion coating and lamination machine. Before going to in detail, I would like to inform you that this is our most popular and successful machine capable to handle various types of substrates. This machine has been designed on the basis of various speed and automation level. Before going to detail, this machine having a number of installation or just we can say highest number of installation across the country within a very small period of time. Before going to discuss the start from the inventor, I would like to start the machine from the inventor. Starting from the initial aspects that is of web handling, this is the inventor. This is basically a turret type inventor. As you know, the capability and UFlex as a pioneer in the field of manufacturing world-class machines, including all kind of turret. UFlex has an expertise to make different type of inventor like simplex, super simplex, and auto turret based inventor. This is having the flying splice arrangement, and here I would like to show you the complete process starting from the inventor. This is the auto splicing facility. Now after the inventor, there is the infin unit. This is basically two roller press type system used to control and maintain automatically tension by using load cell as well as the dancer. Now today I would like to inform you that we are running this machine 10 micron printed polyester from primary vendor and 12 micron metallized polyester from secondary vendor. And today we are going to take the molten 10 GSM natural LDP from the extruder. Now I will request to Mamta, she will explain in Russian for our Russian speaking friends.
Thank you, Mr. Yogesh. Добрый день, добрый пожаловать на UFlex прямой вебинар. Экструдерный покрытки ламинации машина. Модель EL400. Машина имеет две размотки и одна намотка есть. Они все имеют одинаковые. Ширина 1300 и диаметр 1000 миллиметров есть. У них есть система нон-стоп турели очень легкий резит. Паленки на высокой скорости 400 метров за минуту. Over to Jaideep.
Thank you, Mamta. Now this over here is the coating unit where mica coating is being applied. Mica here is a water-based primer which when applied to the substrate produces high bonding strength and resistance to the blistering under high temperature conditions. Now please follow me and focus on this area of coating unit where we have the Dr. Blade chamber, coating cylinder, coating tray and nip roller. Now what's fascinating about the unique design of this Dr. Blade chamber, which itself acts as a chamber for mica coating and transfers the precise amount of mica to the substrate. The USP of this Dr. Blade chamber is that it works very efficiently without any leakage and can be cleaned easily by just turning it 90 degrees upwards. Now, once the mica is applied to the substrate enters to the drying hood chamber. Now here in our machine, we have double hood drying chamber in which hot air is being circulated so as to evaporate the water content from the substrate. Mamta, please explain the same to our Russian-speaking friends.
Thank you, Jaideep. Который он вам показал, это Raquel Linoji называется. Raquel Linoji, у нее работа очень эффективна, ведь утечек. Просто поверну ее на 90 градусов, поверь, и она легко очищается. Over to Jaideep.
Thank you, Mamta. Please follow me. Now, once the coated substrate is dried from the drying unit, it enters to the heart of the machine where all the magic happens. Behind me is the lamination unit and the T-die, which is state of art in itself. We have a screw of suitable composition so as to counter the high temperature wear factor. Now, we all are very well aware of working of an extruder where pellets are first fed to the hopper. From hopper, it enters to the screw section, and from screw section, it enters the T-die, from where finally we draw the molten poly. Now, here I would like to bring your attention to the back pressure valve, which can be adjusted manually so as to adjust the pressure, ensuring the proper mixing of the molten poly. Here we also have a desirable feature of hydraulic screen changer, which is not only convenient but saves a lot of time. Here we have the feed block in which we have given the provision of selector switch in which 2 layers of extruded layers can be converted into 3 extruded layers. We have this T-die and we are flexible to use any make of die, but as a standard generally we use GMA and chlorine. Over to you, Mamta.
Thank you, Jaideep. T-Golovkoy это шерстяная машина. T-Golovkoy мы используем винт, подхватываемого состава для противодействия высокой температурной износу. T-Golovkoy это любая фирма по отравлению клиентам. T-Golovkoy имеет полную свободу движения в 3 вида: перед-назад, вверх-вниз, лево-право. Это нужно достижение детства. Over to Jaideep.
Thank you, Mamta. Now coming back to the lamination unit, over here we have chill roller, we have silicone roller, and we have backup roller. All these 3 rollers are internally cooled by using the chill water, which is generally at 18 to 25 degrees Celsius. And for the circulation of the water, we have provided the rotary valve system, which works very efficiently without any leakage. Generally, other manufacturers give the chill roller with the dia of 600 mm. where the wrap angle of the laminate is less, cooling is less, and high speeds like 400 MPM are difficult to attain. Whereas in our machine, we have provided the chill roller with the matte finish, which is having the dia of 750 mm, due to which we have the proper cooling, and high speeds like 400 MPMs are also achievable. Now, coming to the silicone roller, in order to protect the silicone roller from getting damaged, we have provided the silicone belt, which is far more better than any other belt available in the market. For the positioning of the same, we have also provided the induction motor, both the sides, so as to have the proper placement of the silicone belt. Now, here I would like to bring your attention to one of the essential needs which other manufacturers doesn't seem to care of, which is fume extraction. When a hot material at a room temperature falls, it is bound to have certain fumes. These fumes over a period of time turn into tiny droplet of oil, and if this oil drops over the laminate, the whole laminate can get rejected. But here in our machine, we have provided the provision of fume extraction, which is equipped with exhaust blowers. Mamta, over to you.
Thank you, Jaideep. Thank you, Jaideep. Khalodni roller. Ata mi predlagajem khalodni roller. Na matavai pakher nasti. Durge firme dayut SSC 100 mm. Tolka naše firme dayut SSC 150 mm. Over to Mr. Yogesh.
Thank you, Anta. Now, after unwinder, coating, infeed, and lamination, now I would like to show you the detailed feature of the unwinder 2. This is our basically unwinder 2. I would request to Mr. Manish, please show this feature, especially this is the secondary unwinder. As we know, primary as well as the secondary, both unwinder are similar in construction. Both are direct type, having the auto splicing, flying splice facility. It can be done, splicing can be done from top and bottom, and the diameter of the roll can be loaded on secondary unwinder up to 800 mm. Whereas the primary unwinder capable to hold the roll diameter up to 1000 mm. After the secondary unwinder, now I would like to explain about the rewinding unit. Here, the secondary metal is going towards the T-die. Mr. Manish. Now this is the outfeed. As I already explained, the infeed and outfeed both are similar in construction. Now this is the reminder. This is also automatically turret type unwinder having a flying splice mechanism. One more feature equipped with the unwinder is this is equipped with the pneumatically controlled rider or Leon roller, which used to for compact binding and remove the anti-static charge which is created during the process. After that reminder, this is the completion of the process. Here, the complete process will be finished, and I will request Mr. Manish please show the live demo of this particular machine. You can see the live machine here. Please volunteer to us.
I must thank you, Mr. Jaideep, and your team over there for explaining such a gigantic machine in so simple words. I wish machine making and running should also be so simple like your words. Carry on and show us the screen, please. Anyway, appears we lost the connection at Gwalior. Uwe, do you have some remarks to make here?
Of course. I can say this machine looks like made in Germany. This looks perfect. I would say I see a lot of machines, especially from the Asian area, but this is for me the #1 machine. So even if I see the technology, how you produce the machine, how is the adjustment of the idle rolls with the inside bearing, and so for me this machine is very perfect. And if you see in which short time UFlex coming up to 400-meter machine is some things what surprised me a lot.
You can see here the machine is running at the speed of 300 meters per minute. This is the live telecast. We are showing you our machine is running at the speed of 300 meters.
Jaideep, show the speedometer, please, Jaideep.
You can see the data also. We are maintaining 10 GSM extruded LDP. As I already explained, the primary inverter having a 10 micron printed polyester, and whereas the secondary inverter having the 12 micron materialized polyester.
Thank you very much, Yogesh and Team Jaideep. Just show us the computer screen, and then probably we will go back to the Gauri.
Sure, sir, sure.
Jaideep, do you have any final lines to say? Jaideep?
We would like to thank every viewer who has spared his time.
Thank you,
Right
Jaideep.
now the machine
at 377
running
meters. Now
at the
395. Now this is almost 400. Now the machine is running at 414 meters per minute. Machine, this is the highest speed of our machine. That is not what we want to say.
Thank you very much for your inputs. Thank you. Uwe. With this, I'll request our moderator of the day, MS Gauri Sampath, to once again take over. And only one thing I just wanted to request her, that since because of some glitch in connection, Mr. Gianfranco Nespoli was not there earlier. He is on the screen. You may introduce and maybe one small question to him before we move to question answer. Back to
Firstly, thank you for the live demos to Mr. Sabharwal and also to the teams. I'm sure they would have given a great vivid insight into the machine capabilities. Thank you again. Well, I think later, if you permit, we can start with the question answer session. And in continuation, I'll probably have a question or two for him. I like it. All right.
Good request. If a very small intro of Nespoli can be given, because he is, I would say, inspiration behind CI Flexo, which we are going to give to the world, if possible.
All right. Of course, Mr. Nespoli, an Italian technocrat with close to 5 decades of experience in the field of flexography. Started his career as a designer and forerunner of the flexography, founder, promoter of Flexotonica, and founder of commercial branch of Flexotonica, namely Comiflex, a technocrat who dedicated his life towards designing and manufacturing of flexography machines, hands-on experience of designing, manufacturing, and running of flexo machines for several industries, including wide web, experience of life resulting with operator-friendly features, rich machines. We welcome you to the webinar, sir.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we did not have you before. If you permit, maybe we would like to include a question or to you as we go through the question answer process again.
Thank you. That is perfect.
Okay. All right. Maybe first I can ask Mr. Nespoli only. Mr. Nespoli, you have ventured into India with a giant company, perhaps the world's most integrated flexible packaging company, UFlex. What has prompted you to foray into India and joining with them?
Yeah, I agree. UFlex behind not only a giant, but also the only company for us, for its type with the complete integration. we came across UFlex team a few years back when they are looking for a technology partner. I am involved in the conceiving and offering new concepts in CI Flexo over the decades, which started right from early part of my career behind the founder member of Flexotechnica. In interaction with the UFlex team, we could find the answer toward giving shape to my idea with a strong manufacturing base of UFlex. In addition, ever growing requirements is one of the most popular country, give a perfect base for the tie-up and have entered into India.
Thank you very much for that. And now, on behalf of the team and the audience, I'd like to put forward some questions to Mr. Sabharwal.
Okay.
Okay, in extrusion, coating, and lamination, the high temperatures involved present several challenges, including curling, wrinkles, shrinkage, etc. What remedies do you have on your machine?
Very technically deep question. I really appreciate. But before answering, we need to understand that every process has got its own challenges. Where high temperature definitely in the case of extrusion coating is a necessary evil. Necessary because until and unless we get to the high temperature, we don't get a proper molten polymer, which is essential for a proper bond. Now, since this is an essential evil, so we have to achieve the high temperatures, but how do we handle it? Learning from the experience of the stalwarts of the industry, technologically, several features have been added in our machine so as to make this high temperature a boon. How do we do it? We have devised a 3-axis motion of our extruder, by virtue of which we give the flexibility of a drop point to an operator. So he has the flexibility to take the drop point on first substrate, on second substrate, on the children, away from the children. How this helps? When we take the drop point away from metallized surfaces, it avoids the thermal shocks. When we drop it on a mica-based coating, so no smudging, no thermal shocks, and it helps in avoiding micro fissures, hence maintaining the WTR, OTR, etc. So this is a technological point. And second technological point is that we have increased the chill roller diameter. By increasing the chill roller diameter to 750 millimeters, we increase the surface area in contact, hence bringing the polymer back to normalization pretty quick. This is how we have handled the necessary evil into a benefit of the mankind.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting. Also, what are the latest trends of automation?
Well, in extrusion, there are a couple of latest features which have been added. When we talk about extrusion, mica-based coating is used for various purposes, like thermal barrier and to avoid ink smudging. This is a part of the process which cannot be avoided, but traditionally, this was being done using open pan structure. With our experience of CI Flexo and with the knowledge which we inherited from Mr. Gianfranco Nespoli, we designed and gone in for a chambered Dr. Blade assembly, which is definitely, I would say, fusion of two technologies to reap the benefit today. Now, how it helps? It helps in giving a uniform coating but also optimize the consumption and speeds. Because the coating thickness of mica is bare minimal, and more we coat, more we have to dry. So when we use an open pan structure, sometimes comparatively in a chamber Dr. blade, not only coating is more uniform, but more easy to clean in the later part also. This is how we have done the automation. Second automation is a 3-axis movement of the extruder. We have seen the other machines. It is not that they move only in and out. They have also given a height adjustment, but that all is being done by manually with the help of the pipe wrenches. We have gone away with that. We have done everything motorized. So by this automation, when the operator increases the speed, he can play with the height of the T-die, hence still getting the same level of oxidations. Not only that, we have made the machine capable of accepting to the industry 4.0, and the machine is fully Wi-Fi enabled. Today, there is no need for any intervention by a people going over there. You just provide any sort of a connectivity, and we are virtually in, like this virtual seminar, we are virtually in the machine. These are the latest trends of automation, Gauri.
Thank you very much for the same. So I think what we can say is finally seeing the changing packaging trends and technological evolutions, it is time for companies to embrace the change and bring the latest flexo technology in-house and increase the productivity by using the extrusion coating and lamination machines. I hereby once again thank all the participants for pulling out their valuable time and giving valuable inputs. And also we would like to thank the Reed Exhibitions for conducting this web seminar so successfully. It was a fantastic experience. Thank you very much.
We must thank
Great.
you.
Thank you, speakers, for sharing your thoughts and great machine demos today. I'm sure today's takeaway will be very helpful for all of us, and we appreciate you being here. The recorded version of today's webinar will be available on YouTube channel and website, so don't worry if you missed anything. So on behalf of Pack Plus, thank you all once again for joining us today. Have a good day and stay safe.
Thank you.